What up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another edition of Raffles Vlogs. So this is, how to put this? This is a surprise edition of Raffles Vlogs. It's coming to you under the conditions of a successful no confidence motion by the opposition People's Progressive Party Civic against the ruling coalition in Guyana. And to say that we're surprised is an understatement, but to say that we're surprised that it's successful is an understatement, but we're not surprised that a no confidence motion was brought. And the reason is the coalition government took power as a result of a no confidence motion back in 2015. So a reprisal was in the works and was expected. So we know that the opposition will jump at the chance to retaliate with a no confidence motion of their own, but this time it was successful. So under those conditions, happy Christmas and happy holidays and season greetings to followers of Raffle Vlogs.
Oh, this is my day. I'm ready to take it on, come what may.
Okay, so here are the questions we want to answer. The first question is, what is a no confidence motion? So we have a parliamentary system in Guyana, which is very similar to the system in Britain, the system in the United Kingdom, where they recently had a no confidence motion. Theresa May prevailed because, of course, they didn't have the votes to pull it off. And in our parliamentary system, we have a proportional representation method. That means that we have multiple parties, and each party gets a number of representatives in parliament proportional to the number of votes they win. So what happened in the last elections is that there was a coalition of the minority parties, which together and combining their representatives in parliament had 33 representatives. And the opposition only got 32. So we have this tight balance of parliamentary representatives for a total of 65, where 33 come from the ruling coalition and 32 come from the opposition. So the next question is, why is there no confidence motion? So the reason why there's a no confidence motion in Guyana in 2018 is because in 2015, 3 years ago, the opposition moved a vote of no confidence and won against the ruling party then. And so, in true reprisal, the opposition now, which lost 3 years ago, moved a vote of no confidence and won. So the government is suspended and they basically got revenge. The third question is, so what happens next? So a move of no confidence, a successful move of no confidence, triggers an automatic general election. So the government of Guyana will be suspended pending general elections within 90 days. So there will be national elections in the next 3 months in Guyana. So what happens to the economy and the oil and gas industry? So this channel has become an economic analysis channel, right? So Raffle Vlogs has been focusing on economic analysis, and for the past 6 months or so we've been talking about oil and gas. In fact, I had planned to do a review of the year 2018 now, but then this exciting news popped up. That is, we have this political emergency, and I'm going to address that. But let's find out what will happen to the oil and gas economy and the economy in general after this no confidence motion. So here's what I think. So what I think will happen to the oil and gas economy as a result of this motion of no confidence? Well, in a nutshell, nothing. So in the short term, nothing will happen to the economy or to the oil and gas sector, because the economy is like a huge ship, and so is the oil industry. You know, it took a decade of exploration before Exxon announced discovery of these oil fields, right, the reserve of oil. In fact, Exxon recently announced a 10th discovery. So a 10th oil well is going to be drilled, and this brings our oil reserves to exceeding in excess of 5 billion barrels, which means Guyana is now a major player in the oil market. If you didn't believe that before when I said it, now's the time to really get on board. And what it means is that by 2025, we'll be producing about a million barrels of oil per day by 2025. And starting in 2020, we'll be producing about 120,000 barrels per day. Now, if you want to see my review of the oil industry at the last forum, then you can click on this link in the video that I produced previously. But what it means is that nothing really is going to happen to the oil industry as a result of this oil and gas, as a result of this no confidence motion. Because what has happened, what in fact is more important and bigger than these political disturbances, the uncertainty in Guyana, is in fact the possibility of a recession in the US, right? So a recession in the US, which may happen within the next 6 months, could in fact trigger a greater impact on the global economy and on the price of oil. So right now the price of oil is about $53 a barrel, which is below its peak of $76 a barrel. And a recession could prolong the low oil prices for maybe a year or 12 to 18 months. But this is not likely to affect my predictions because, like I said, in 2020, when we begin to produce oil, the price of oil is still predicted to be about and above $70 a barrel. So, in a nutshell, this no confidence motion in Guyana and elections in the next 3 months will not affect the oil and gas industry and will not, in fact, change the economy in Guyana right now, because the economy is like a huge cruise ship. It doesn't change in an instant. And finally, what should we expect after this? In other words, 2019 and 2020. Well, the budget debate was already completed, so the budget for 2019 has already been approved, and it will simply be followed, will unfold exactly as detailed in the budget reports. There you have it. That is what the no confidence motion in Guyana means for the economy and for Guyana in the next 3 to 6 months or a year. And like I said, it's nothing to panic about. It's just political shenanigans. It's just reprisals for the previous no confidence motion. And I'll bring you, like I planned, a review of 2018 in the next video, and I will address some of the issues that are bubbling up to the surface right now, like an analysis of the debt to GDP ratio and other issues that we might have hinted at or touched on during the year, but now require us to pay a much more closer inspection or attention to. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. In the comments below, let me know what you think about the recent motion of no confidence in Guyana. How do you think this will affect Guyana and the economy, and how does this affect you? And remember, you can support this channel on Patreon or on PayPal, and if there's anything that you'd really like to see, you can leave the suggestion in the comments below, and we'll address them in the future. Later!
As she dances in the sunlight so bright, flowers in her hair, and the band is blowing reggae beats double time to the people in the streets. People swaying back and forth, smiles upon their face. Frantic moment everywhere.